Welcome to the Math Challenge Facilitator Training. This video will provide you with the information you need to know to be prepared to facilitate math challenges in a school. We would like to thank you for volunteering your time to support student success. We would also like to thank our corporate sponsor, the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, for providing financial and operational support for math challenges. Summit Education Initiative is a nonprofit, cradle-to-career organization working in Summit County to increase personal and regional prosperity through educational attainment. We monitor student development and success at each of 6 critical transition points across the lifespan. The work you are doing as a math challenge facilitator supports helping all students in the middle grades be prepared for high school mathematics. In the 1980s, the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics released a position paper where they argued that students must learn mathematics with understanding, actively building new knowledge from experience and previous knowledge. Math challenge events were inspired by mathematician Julia Robinson, a professor of mathematics at the University of California in Berkeley. Robinson believed that, particularly for young mathematicians, there should be less competition and focus on solving problems, and more collaboration, communication, and problem solving. Here are some examples to illustrate the difference between solving problems and problem solving. Look at this classic mathematical problem and see if you can figure out the value that belongs in the empty triangle at the end of the series. If you answered 3, you were correct. The number 3 is the result of following a specific pattern, where the top number of a triangle is the starting point. You subtract the number to the bottom left from that, and then multiply the number at the bottom right. The resulting number goes inside the triangle. For example, in the first triangle, we see 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 7 minus 5 is 2, and 2 times 3 is 6. This is an example of solving problems. Here is a classic example of problem solving. The reality is that there's not one correct way to pack a moving van. It requires cooperation, communication, and often trial and error. These are the primary differences between solving problems and problem solving. When solving problems, we use a correct strategy or procedure to produce a correct solution, and being wrong is a failure. On the other hand, when we're engaged in problem solving, we use a variety of strategies and resources to produce a desired outcome. And every time we are wrong, we get a little closer to success. These math challenge events focus on problem solving. This is what you can expect as a facilitator of a math challenge event. Your scheduled arrival time is roughly 30 minutes before the event actually begins. Please bring a valid driver's license or state-issued ID when you arrive, in case the school requires that as a part of its security measures. We will provide you with a name tag. We ask that you write your name on your name tag the way you wish to be called. You will have time that morning to unpack and review your materials. Please bring your facilitator's guide with you. Your kits and materials will be waiting for you when you arrive. Remember that teachers, principals, and others will be on hand to provide support, but you are the facilitator of your challenge. You will facilitate the same math challenge with 3 different small groups of students. Each group will have about 8 to 10 students in it. There will be at least one other facilitator for your challenge, so 2 of you may be facilitating the same challenge in the same room or space. These 3 different small groups of students are pre-assigned and they will rotate to you. You will not need to move during the event. Think of these school-based challenges as an in-school field trip. All students in a given grade level will participate in the challenges. There will be some kickoff event to start everything. There will be 3 different challenge sessions. This is how you work with all 3 different small groups. At the end of the second challenge session, there will be a 10-minute break. This is a chance for you to connect personally with one of those small groups of students, whoever you're working with during session 2. Again, this is just a chance for kids to relax a little and get to know you a little better and to take their minds off the rigorous math challenge for a minute or 2. At the end, students will return to their classrooms where they will provide feedback on their experiences. These math challenges are exploratory in nature. They provide plenty of stretch to accommodate a wide range of skills. Each challenge has multiple levels of difficulty, and these levels are named to reinforce the idea that math is a journey. Challenges begin with the beginner level and then progress to the explorer level, the navigator level, and sometimes all the way to the trailblazer level. As a facilitator, we encourage you to be yourself. When you introduce yourself, explain to the students what you do in life and why you volunteered. You may also want to share briefly how you use math or problem-solving skills in your daily life. The goal here is not that you become best friends with these middle grade students, but being friendly is always a great start. Here are some other keys to successfully facilitating math challenges. Please read your facilitator guide, jot down any notes that you have, and watch the overview video. To find your overview video for your math challenge, point your smartphone camera at the code that you see on the cover of your facilitator's guide. This will automatically open up a YouTube video for your math challenge. We encourage you to solve the problems yourself, or at least some of them, so that you have a good sense of what it is that you're asking students to do. Think a little about how you will introduce yourself. Remember to offer support using the recommended prompts from your guide. Encourage participants to share and support each other. Be comfortable saying, "I don't know," or "I'm not sure." This is an important opportunity for you to reinforce with middle grade students that not everything is easy all the time, and that sometimes it is okay to say, "I don't know." And last but not least, remember to have fun. When you are facilitating your challenges, please do not give students the answers to a challenge. Also, keep track of the time. Each challenge session is only 25 minutes long. Please do not leave students unattended or give students permission to leave the room. If a student asks to leave the room, simply say, maybe you need to find a teacher or principal and ask them. Please do not allow students to take reusable materials with them at the end of the session. There will be pencils and paper at each session if those are necessary. Students should be wearing name tags. Please ask for and use their first names, which you should be able to find on their name tags. Remember that middle school students can be silly, shy, excited, reluctant, and they can do this all at the same time, but they are also a lot of fun. Some students may need more support and encouragement than others. All students will appreciate your attention, even if they don't show it at first. During these events, please manage your own personal expectations. We assure you you are doing something very important and positive to support student success, but you may not necessarily see that right away. We want you to encourage collaboration, but don't force awkward alliances. If there are students who want to work alone, you can permit that. However, if you have a student working alone who is struggling, that is a good opportunity to encourage all the students to share something that they are learning with each other. Some students may be distracted by personal technology. You can nudge them a little to put away their phone or other electronic device, but do not concern yourself with policing this. Principals and teachers will be circulating during the event, and they can address this issue if they are concerned. Keep in mind that your kindness and patience will always be remembered by the students. They may not remember the exact math challenge they worked on with you, but they will always remember that an adult they did not know took time out of their busy day to support their learning. If you have questions, please speak to your school contact about the math challenge. Also, remember to review your guide and watch the video. The guide and the video are very helpful in preparing you for successful facilitation. Thank you again for volunteering to be a math challenge facilitator. We look forward to seeing you.